guys, welcome back or welcome if you are new. I'm Andrea and today we're just gonna talk about this e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. So this foundation is said to be the bee's knees, and so I picked it up, and today we're gonna talk about it and see how it actually does. Just to start with, has no skin loving ingredients, let's just say. It's nothing like that. It's just a powder foundation. It's got dimethicone in there. It's got titanium dioxide, but it's not used for sunscreen, so it also is not said to have a sunscreen in there either. But what this is what they say it is: a buildable to full coverage powder foundation, semi-matte finish. It does seem to have a lot of coverage. I would say medium to full. You can build it up, and it does cover really good. Now, once it covers certain places, actually tends to be too much. Look, and not chalky, because, well, it doesn't look whitish, no, but it does look like it's heavy there. It looks heavy in places. Also, it did cover some of my redness, but then where I added a lot more, so on this side I did a lot more, it definitely settled in my pores, and it also felt like it was just too much. So kind of be careful how much you apply. It's best to work in layers and add more as you need. So really take a look at what you're doing. From the bat, I have other powder foundations that I actually like better, but I guess we'll see how long or how good it lasts throughout the day, and then we'll take a decision at the end. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the demo right now. Let's just go ahead and put this bad boy on and see how it actually looks. I have not started it yet, so it looks nice and flawless. Now let's do a little swatch and see what the color is. Really can't tell, huh? Yeah, much better. A little heavier of a swatch. So my color, the one that I picked, was light 240W. We'll see if actually that works. It seems quite warm, but man, it blends like so nicely. It's like blurred out now. There's like really not much on it left. So curious to see how it's gonna work. For this, I'm just gonna use this Fitglow Beauty. Is the kabuki. It's like a kabuki brush. It's actually for liquid. I'm assuming only because they have the liquid. But I actually have been trying it all this week with powder, other powders, not this one yet. And it works just fine. So that just goes to show that what you like or what you want, it not necessarily has to be what it says. So I just did a couple of swirls, and there's a lot of kick back in there. Hope you can see that. There's a lot of powder, so I'm just gonna disperse it. I really hope that my color works good. Before I go ahead and buff it, I already have these Beauty of Joseon sunscreen on. I've had it for at least 20 minutes, so it's nice and set. Whatever's gonna set is gonna set. It is gonna be set. Actually, I like it so far. Color wise, let's see. I'm just gonna pick up whatever is, you know, left, the kickback there, the dusty, and I'm gonna also do one side first, so that that way we get actually a chance to see how it looks. Now, when I do powder foundation, most of the times, if not all, I'll go underneath my eyes with the same powder foundation. I do kind of pick. I do kind of pick powder foundations that are buildable, and they're quite They give quite good coverage, so usually that works perfect. So this one is like smaller than my other one that I'm using. Usually I'm using, I don't have it here, but it's the BK Beauty one, like the really chubby one. But I kind of like how this one looks as well, because it's so much smaller, it gets into little crevices and such. So anyway, I always want to go into this crevice here, because if I don't, it just stays untouched, and it definitely creates more oils. Not just that, but also it looks different. So I want everything to look the same. All right, I'm gonna go underneath my eye now. Haven't touched this side yet. I like to kind of pinch the brushes when I go underneath my eye, because I do want more coverage there, and also because it makes it smaller, and it can focus where I need it. Let's go on the top. This will be my primer, and in here too. Now I've been, putting it on, and it seems like the logo is still quite nicely done there. So I kind of like that, because sometimes when you get a new product and you swirl it in there, the writing or whatever's there, it kind of goes on the first time. So anyways, I'm just gonna go like this a bit more and see what it looks like. Seems to be doing really nice, actually. I don't see any like chalkiness on the skin, or like really heavy. Maybe on my nose here. Let me blend it really well there. I don't like the way it looks there. I don't like where it looks there. I'm gonna try to get close so you can see. See that on my nose versus these. Now the coverage is nice. It looks quite, I'm not gonna say perfected, but it looks definitely softer. It covered up a bunch of my redness. I just don't like how it lays on my nose. So I'm gonna try to use the finger and see if, no, it's not, because it's so powdery. It's powder, so it really does not want to move. But it does look kind of, I still have some dryness, just a tiny bit, looks like. I thought I got rid of it, but I guess not. Well, I'm gonna let that calm down a bit. And just go on the other side. But just for the reference, half and half. Powder, no powder. I think it looks nice. So just go ahead and do the other side too. I'm gonna definitely make sure that when I do the nose, I'll watch what I do and see if it makes a difference. See how it's covering up my redness here, my pimple marks. I gotta say my pimple marks have diminished a bunch. Maybe it is because of the niacinamide that I'm using in the morning instead of the vitamin C. I don't know. Or maybe it's just everything in conjunction with that. The color seems to be matching really nice. I did get some more tan, of course, as it's like summertime. I definitely get some color, even though I don't lay out in the sun and I put sunscreen on, but you know how that goes. You're always gonna have color no matter what. The trick here is not to have the damage. That's what you want. Color you're gonna get. And then I'm gonna also go underneath my eye. You can tell how much darker my eye is here compared to here. So let's just do that. There's always kickback when I swirl, but after I swirl and the kickback is there, I just go ahead and just dab it with my brush, and that way it just does not just sit there. Well, I was definitely less, I messed less with this side of my nose, and it looks like it's much better. Like it looks better than that polka dot. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna get close. You see those little polka dots on my nose? Not much here, actually not at all. And I do have blackheads on my nose. Let's not get there. I just cannot get rid of it. No matter what I do, honestly. And I know I'm not the only one. Not that that makes me feel better, but at least there's more like me. It kind of makes me feel better. Just to be honest there. Okay, I don't know what to do with these. Just leave it be or just mess with it some more. I feel like I should be messing with it more. Maybe go against it. Yeah, all right. All right, I'm just gonna let it be now. Except I still see redness on my A-line skirt. Yes, there's still redness there. I'm gonna just tiny bit try to minimize that. What do we think? Better than what we started with, that's for sure. Anyways, I think I should stop right here. I am a little bit shiny on here because of the sunscreen that I put on, so it is a little reflective. Now it's not really oily, it is a little sticky, but I'm just gonna let it be until I see that it's actually too much. Then maybe I'll just put a powder SPF on it, but I try not to do that just because of the touching of the clothes and all that. So let's assess the powder. It went on really smooth, you guys. I mean, you saw me just swirl it, swirl it, swirl it, and then that was it, blended in. That was it. It really went in really fast, very easily. Let's look. There really isn't heaviness, other than my nose got the most of the heaviness on it. Maybe I put too much, I don't know. I really wasn't, I was talking, so sometimes I can't focus on both. 100%. But I can tell that my eyes, though, under my eyes, it looks heavy. Like, do you see those lines? When I stretch it, my eyes are quite squinty right now because it's really sunny outside and I'm in front of the window. And like it's like a permanent line there. But I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna go like this and erase those. And hopefully, once it relaxes, it's much better. Yes, it is. Can we see that difference? Where I smoothed it out here and where I didn't. So I'm gonna do the same, just kind of tag a little bit, just to where the wrinkles are smoothed and they're not creasing, especially because it's a permanent when I'm looking in the light. So, yeah. All right. It is better. Not perfect, but it is better. Anyways, I think color looks really good. I was kind of wondering if it would or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and then I'll come back and see, not see, but I'll show you how it actually looks with all of the makeup and all that, and we'll talk more after. Just finished putting my makeup on, and in this time some things have changed. So let's take them in order. I have some settlement underneath my nostrils, right there, right there. It seems like it's more on this side than this one. I think I went more heavy-handed with this side because I'm noticing more stuff. So first of all that, and then like my smile lines here, this is deeper than this one, the smile lines, but I got like settlement in both sides, and I have some settlement, like a lot of it right here, like it's really heavy. And also my nose hasn't changed in good either, in better, but yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and straighten those lines and then kind of buff it in and see if that makes a difference. As I went here, you see that? my coverage went off. So I started messing with the skin, and it started to do that. Now I didn't do anything on the perimeter of my faces when I put my bronzer and my blush and some little highlighter that I put on. That didn't do anything, nor here, but it looks like this one did. Don't know why, but now as I'm oops, sorry, as I'm moving this side, it looks crackly now, like dry crackling. Don't think I like that. Let's do this side. It did it there too, but it didn't take as much as it took on this side. Maybe the hand? Nope. I'm gonna straighten this up. Now that I straightened it, it looks good. I don't know for how long though, because it could come back. Now let's look under the eyes, because we did straighten that there before. Doesn't seem like it's bad actually. Almost kind of like it just stayed the same. Maybe a tiny bit here. I do have the 2 permanent lines, and it did settle in those, but that everything does settle in those. So it's just easy to just go and remove that excess. Now this polka dotted nose side, it's still there. Not on this side, just this side. And I really don't know what to do to minimize that. Yeah, not cool. I don't like that. Seems like the more I mess with it, the more it's like weirded up. Feel like I want to just scratch it all off, and, well, not scratch, but take it all off and like go back again. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like it. Looks like my hand actually helped a bunch. Now I got some polka dotted pores here. Like it's settled in there. It seems like my finger actually is able to do that, but it definitely leaves me with some pink face, and it's gonna take a while to calm down. So yeah, I don't know. So far, I mean, from afar it looks nice, you know, it just looks really smoothed out and all that. The color matches, so that helps. It does definitely is like a medium to full coverage, I'd say. It does layer nicely, except catches onto the dark, not dark, the dry spots. Yeah, have less coverage on this side since it kind of came off and I moved it too. So maybe I'll just should I take the same one? Let's just go a tiny bit, just one tap. That's it. Let's see. I don't think it did much. Yeah, we shall see. Like my pimples here are quite covered. I have one coming, and it's definitely more red than the others. The other ones are kind of like purplish, but this one, since it's new, it's kind of reddish. And then here, it's just the purple ones. I think it did really good actually covering or concealing those, especially because I have no concealer or anything. It's just the sunscreen on. But yeah, I mean, I'm not hating it. Maybe I just need to play with it a little more, but I have others that I like more and that I get along with, and I don't have to force it. I don't have to work for it, I should say. I don't have to work for it or go back and wipe and all that. So I'll do a wear test. I see on top of my nose, it kind of ran off already. I need a little more there. There. All right, we'll do a wear test and see how it wears, but I really don't see this lasting for that long. Yeah, unfortunately. But anyways, I'll see you in about 3 to 4 hours and we'll catch up then and see how everything is like doing and such. So I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, 5 hours in actually. I'm sorry, I just got is it? Yes, it is. Got a little dot over there, so I got trapped with all kinds of stuff. It's a beautiful day, but it's very hot outside. So it was like 86, feels like 87. I know 1 degree doesn't break it, but still like really warm outside and humid as well. So I was outside for quite a while, and this is what we are looking like. So I can tell, not I can tell, I can say to you that it's quite oily. So my oils have poked through big time. I can see some bunching up here. I had sunglasses on, so I can I can see all the like white bunching from it, so kind of gathered there and then kind of came off where the actually sunglasses laid. Bunching here, gathering, you know. Now, as far as the little polka dots and stuff, kind of came off, probably with the oils poking through and all that heat in that kind of melted it. But with that in, it also looks very, very oily. Like it's really oily. I don't know if it shows through the camera as it actually is. I'm gonna try to give different ways. My nose is oh yeah, you can tell that. It's really shiny. My forehead, pretty much the whole T-zone as per usual. But I've had other powder foundations that actually hold so much better. So I'm gonna do a little bit of blotting just to show you how it looks and such. Yeah, all that is, I mean, one thing, and it's soaked. So yeah, just for the forehead, it's very oily, very, very. So I know it is hot outside, but I kind of was expecting more from it. Yeah, and of course with that in, you can tell my redness is really showing, because of course it's worn out. So yeah, I don't like it when it does that. So this would probably be something that you might want to wear like when it's not hot outside, not in the summertime, just like when it's really. And now I have to go up and kind of smooth that out because the bunching is left after I soaked up the oils. Now the eyesight doesn't look too bad. Of course, it's not a corrector and it's not a concealer either, but it definitely did something good to my under eyes when I put it on. And it's pretty much the same. Yeah, not much has changed really. No, still the same. Now my makeup actually kind of ran because of the heat and such, and because I had this underneath too. So with it, you know, kind of breaking down, it broke down the rest of my makeup as well. So yeah, now after I blot it, now it doesn't look bad at all. Let me get up here really in the crevices. Other than the fact that the coverage is gone, and you can tell my redness is really poking through, especially in my skirt zone and my A-line skirt zone. But yeah, this one in the colder months, definitely not the summer. It is not, unless actually you have dry skin. Now if you have dry skin or really dry skin and you can't really wear powder foundations because of it, this one will do really nice. I mean, it's where my drier parts are, it looks really nice. I'm gonna give you a little the sides of my face are dry or just normal. They're not really extra dry or whatever. They're just kind of normal, kind of, yeah. And it looks really nice. It hasn't really come off. It hasn't really made anything. Very little oils, very little. But of course, that's also because my skin doesn't really produce this oil. It's there, so it, you know, it wears differently. So if your skin type is that way, if you're not like really oily, this will work really good for you. So with that being said, yeah, this is the 5 hours, and I know that sometimes 3 to 4 hours is what I do, but yeah, days happen, especially summertimes, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, I will come back at the end of the day and I'll actually show you what else it does. If I go out again, I will put a powder SPF on. If not, then there's no point in me doing that. Why waste the product if I don't need it? If I need it, if I don't need to. One of these times. Hey guys, another 4 hours in, and this is what we're looking at. Not much coverage left. Everything is kind of gone. It wore off pretty nicely, let's say, so it didn't wear off to where it was like patchy. So when it came off on its own easily, so you don't see like patches of cover here and no cover here, but it's definitely more oily. Hope you can see these. The light's really not that good. It's kind of dark outside. But yeah, nothing really here. I'm getting a little pimple here. I don't think it's from the foundation. It's just my skin. But yeah, no coverage whatsoever. Nothing underneath the eyes really. Like I said, it didn't really wear bad, but there's nothing left. Yeah, I have other foundations that I actually like more. Now, on the other hand, if you are dry, this will work really good because it's not drying whatsoever, and it's really kind of like buttery on the skin. It feels smooth and feels nice. But yeah, it's definitely not long lasting, and it's not gonna take you from from the morning to night. So midday through, it's gone, most of it, and then it pretty much stays that way, except it kind of gets a little more oily. I'll take a little blot to kind of show you, though it is the end of the day. Yeah, and then of course, like I always say in all of my videos, I have oily T-zone, and so it definitely affects every foundation that I put on, because it's just not something that that stays matte. It just produces oils all throughout. Now around the edges also it wore off, but it looks better because of the fact that I don't have oily skin there. It's kind of like normal to dry. Sometimes it depends on what I what I mess with, like what acids I put and such. But it wears nicely on the sides. That's why I'm saying that dry skin or normal skin, you're gonna like this, but oily skin is just not for you. I probably won't be wearing it much during the summer. I'll probably be just fall and winter, mostly winter probably, because even fall it kind of get some days where it's kind of hot outside. But anyways guys, this is 8 hours in, no, 9 hours in. Yeah, don't recommend for oily skin. Anyways guys, hope this helped you with some details and some wear time and all that, and depending on what your skin type is, now you know what to expect. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up and let me know how you like this, if you have it, and how it wears on you. I might just have to do my favorite foundation, yeah, one, and then the second, yeah, down there. But anyways guys, I will see you guys next time. Up until then, take care.